Next up in the workshop, it's going to get a little bit of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, but it's going to be a great time. Come, be my companion. Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop, and we're going to keep continuing on our 8th Doctor, which is kind of right before the Night of the Doctors. And look at this. If you take a look at my overhead camera right here, you can see that I have a sonic screwdriver. I in fact have the 8th Doctor's sonic screwdriver right here. He must have found out that I was painting his image, so he left me the Sonic to I don't know, to look cool, and I'm very thankful. So thank you, Doctor, for letting me borrow this awesome gift, and we'll make sure that it gets right back to you just as soon as we're finished with it. I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of let's see, Gorthor Brown. All right. Well, I think that we're pretty much finished with the Gorthor Brown, so we're going to move into the highlight, which is the Baneblade Brown. And you know what we're going to do? We are going to move the screwdriver. Still right there. You can see it. There it is. We're going to take the sheet, and we're going to also turn it upside down to give me a nice kind of fresh palette to work from. I'm still going to probably work down from it, but whatever. And also, as you can see, I've changed the coat to a much darker color, almost a straight black, but not quite black. I used Corvus black, which is kind of a gray black. So there's Corvus black. You can kind of see it's not quite black, but black. And then I took some Nuln oil, and I went over it a couple of times and to give it that nice dark color. Alright, so here we go with the Baneblade Brown. And this one here is more or less just to hit the very tips and tops of his outfit. So we're not going to need very much of it, I don't think. Oh, we shouldn't. So I'm going to still use my small layer brush. You'll have to kind of excuse my fumbling of words. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. We're going to thin this down a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of hit the tops of the folds. There we go. I don't know. Or a lot of the sharp points, the sharp creases in the fabric kind of happen That's where the Bane Blade Brown is going to go. And he's already done in 3D. Again, the sculpts are actually quite well done. I'm really impressed. Now, there are some doctors that I would have loved to have gotten my hands on to try and paint. And of course, it's Tom Baker, our 4th Doctor. He was my first. He's, you know, I mean, granted, I didn't watch it first run, but, you know, Doctor Who was on PBS when I was a kid. Tom Baker was my first Doctor, and they say that you never forget your first Doctor. And then after that, I kind of lost track of the Doctor. He wasn't either on the stations where I was living, or changed times, and I couldn't see it. But either way, I kind of lost track. I mean, I did get to see the occasional episode here and there. So I think I've seen some of the 5th, maybe some of the 6th. I don't think I saw any of the 7th. And then I believe here in Canada, anyway, CBC brought back Doctor Who. And it's very possible that's where the 8th Doctor was, but I didn't have cable, and I had a super hard time getting what everybody kind of calls peasant vision to work. So I didn't even get to see the 8th or the 9th Doctor. I didn't even get to see Eccleston until much later. I think we were almost into the Capaldi era before I finally got to. We were into the 12th Doctor. We were into Peter Capaldi, and it was Capaldi. From what I understand, you say it more with a Italian kind of flair. Than you do with than just saying Capaldi. Although it does kind of just lend itself naturally to kind of having an Italian flair to it. Haven't seen anything from Jodie Whittaker yet. Our lovely 13th Doctor. Whom I do have a miniature of her to paint. So I'm looking forward to getting in on that. That'd be fun. So if the universe is listening, I would love a miniature of both the 4th Doctor, so again, Tom Baker, and possibly my all-time favorite modern Doctor, David Tennant, our wonderful 10th Doctor. Those are kind of my 2 favorite out of all 13. I mean, everybody, all of them. Now, I can't say anything about Peter Capaldi, or Jodie Whittaker, because I haven't actually had a chance to see any of their series. But I will eventually, because I want to check out all the Doctors, or at least all the modern Doctors. So I'm excited. I actually have miniatures sitting here right in front of me of the third Doctor, whose name escapes me at the moment. The third Doctor, the seventh Doctor, eighth Doctor, of course, which is the one that we're working on right now. Ninth Doctor, and the 13th Doctor. And it's, that's all super cool. And again, I am looking forward to breaking into some of these other miniatures and doing them in their standard colors. I would actually love another 8th, so I could do him correctly. But hey, this here is a perfect example of what I've been talking about through my entire series to date. You can take your miniature and you can paint it whatever color you want. So if you want to, if you want to take your miniature and paint it, bubblegum pink, whatever reason, because you think it'd look cool, or you want to paint it kind of look like Hello Kitty or Skittles or whatever you want, whatever your imagination decides, do it. I mean, obviously, these are the colors of the Eighth Doctor, but these are the colors that the Eighth Doctor wore in the movie Night of the Doctor, which is not what this sculpture is. But we thought, for funsies, why not do it? Why not try and see if we can put that color palette onto this miniature? Because we can. So you can kind of see that I've highlighted up the pants and the vest, kind of in that tan sort of browns. And I want to thank the Doctor for dropping off his tool of choice, the sonic screwdriver, in order to help me do the show. So thank you very much once again. I highly appreciate it. So now we're going to start working on the jacket again, now that I've changed its color. And we're going to start by highlighting with Corvus Black. I know he's not on screen right now. I know you're just looking at a blank. Here, tell you what. Boom! There he is. It's because I'm getting ready to paint. And sometimes I pull him off screen. Just like I did right there. Now he's back. Now he's off. And he's back. Now we're going to try and get some highlights and edging and all kinds of coolness happening on his jacket. Or at least that's kind of, you know, the idea. Again, pulled off screen, but you can see my hand doing all kinds of wonderful. You can, yeah, you can see my hand working in the paint. What I'm doing here is I'm again just kind of doing the tops, leaving all the dark in the recesses. I think his jacket blue looks spectacular. Once we get it somewhat, you know, once we get it highlighted, now what I'm doing is I'm kind of working the top, the the tops of the folds, giving it a little bit of life instead of just being that flat color. You know, and as I said previously on the last episode, I actually haven't had a chance to play the game. If you want to figure out, if you want to figure out if the game is for you, please check out the review that we have on TheRatHole.ca, and you can also find many more of my videos there. So, yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm just hitting the high points with a color that is very close to what it is, and it's going to start our highlighting adventure. There we go. Right now it's really hard to see that I've done anything at all because the colors are nearly identical, and that's okay. Boom, there he is. My friend and yours, the Eighth Doctor. And again, shake your paints, shake your paints, shake your paints. Always shake your paints, because it can separate on you. And you don't want that. So now I'm using Skaven Blight Dinge. There it is. I think the camera's over here, but it's actually over here. There we go. Again, all colors are provided. Well, I shouldn't say provided, but all the colors that I use are Citadel colors. have been told that some of the other brands are great brands to use. However, I have not had the opportunity to use them because I do have such a large collection of Citadel paints. Now, I have, however, broken out of my Citadel prison, I guess. It's not really a prison, but and I started using other brushes. And I have used them in some of the other videos. Army Painter makes some fantastic brushes. And I've been really, really happy with using those. So we're going to take a look here, and we're going to find one of the Army Painter brushes that I really love. It's called the Insane Detail Brush by Army Painter. The tip on it is crazy. But it helps me with a huge amount of control in putting the paint exactly where I want it and how much I want. I can do stuff similar with the Citadel brushes, but these brushes are so tiny. Like Army Painter actually has a brush called the Psycho, and it is just that. It is insanely tiny. It's great for doing eyes or any other super, super fine detail. Usually I don't do eyes. I probably won't do eyes with this with the doctor here either. I'm learning how to do eyes. But that's not for now. So when we get to the doctor's face, I'll probably cheat, as I usually do. Just leave the eyes shaded. Maybe on a project that's not quite as important, we'll try some eyes. But for now, we're just going to stick with think anyway. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I think we're just going to stick with no eyes. So we've kind of worked our way around the jacket. We're gonna highlight the buttons. The great thing about his jacket is that his buttons are the same color as the rest of the jacket. They don't stand out in any way. They're not brass or gold or silver or turquoise. That'd be stupid, but yeah, they're not brought out in any fancy way. They're the same as the jacket. Again, so this, even though this isn't technically the right sculpt, we are going to make it work, and we are going to make him look freaking awesome. Or, die trying. I don't really die. Wouldn't that be something, though? I have failed you. I have not made this miniature look as awesome as I can. And then, just, that's it. But we know that that's not going to be. We know that that's not going to be a thing. If that was a thing, I would have been, the paint slinger would not be here today. There we go. Kind of see the highlights going on. And that was brought to you by Skaven Blight Dinge. Now we're going to go to our final highlight, which is called Storm Vermin Fur. And this one is literally just going to like top the very tops. And then we're almost done the jacket. And that's just about where we run out of time for today. Wow. When we get into things and we start going, that half an hour just flies right by, didn't it? And we're literally just hitting the points. the sharp points of the jacket, you know, where a fold meets a fold. And maybe right down that center. The sharpest folds. Nope, wrong one. I picked the wrong color. So I know we're going a little over a half an hour, but who doesn't want to possibly see this jacket finished? Again, like I said, we're just hitting the very tippy tops. So we're not going to do much. Okay, we're just kind of we just want to hit that. There we go. Well, most of that was probably off screen, or mostly off screen, but there he is. You can kind of see how that jacket is coming together. So we're a couple of minutes over, but that's all right. We won't worry about it today. So until the meantime, please stay safe. Do everything your local health organization asks you to do. Wear that mask above the nose. Don't have it just peeking out. Don't have it below your chin. Over the nose, over the mouth. It's the best way to go. Also, if it's your age and your time to get your shot, get your shot. You know, get out there and get vaccinated. It's the only way we're going to be safe. Until then, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the workshop.